Time now for headlines across.
I love Africa Global Radio.
Okay, headlines across Africa is next. Don't go.
Headlines across Africa.
Headlines across Africa.
Headlines across Africa.
Headlines across Africa.
So today we're going to Burundi, Lesotho, and Eswatini.
All right. Okay.
And we're starting from Burundi, who we're reading from the Iwako newspaper, and the headline says, "Not to expose your products to the sun is to act in your interest and that of your customers." Well, on the occasion of the celebration of the International Day of Food Safety, this Monday, June 7th, some products on sale in different places are exposed to sunlight, which increases their alteration. We are on the eastern shore of the former central market of Bujumbura, a very lively street where grocery stores and shops offer different and various items. On the right side, street vendors went into the shade to spread their products, mainly fruits and vegetables.
Okay.
And then on the left side, a street vendor lined up her products under her umbrella, which she holds on hand. Now, the shade of this umbrella is not able to cover all its products. The tomatoes, the onions are all exposed to the sun. And this is a situation you keep finding as they go a few meters further. So the street vendor is like, she just believes that it's green basin that contains all kinds of vegetables. She has a green basin, peppers, eggplants, carrots, onions, and she's perfectly aware of the risk of exposing all these to the sun. But her main question is, what can she do about it?
Right.
The police are literally chasing them all the time to move from where, we had a similar case here in our base Ghana, where they keep moving them from selling along the pavement and all those.
The hawkers, huh?
So it becomes easier to just have the thing in a portable place where you can easily, you hear the police are coming, you just get up and then you run away with it.
Girls.
Exactly. And this is for her. It's unlike the two women who are opposite her on actually the left side of it, where they actually are guaranteed protection from the sun.
Okay.
So it's more like people buy the food and it's healthy. Now, the story basically talks about looking at health, especially in the light of where you have hawkers expose the food to the food we go and buy from the markets to the sun.
Okay.
And I feel sometimes we don't really think about this because most of the markets you go to, how many of them have shades? I mean, from experience here in Ghana, how many of them have shades?
And you know the disturbing parts? Those who are actually into the sale of, our everyday edibles, tomato,
They're the ones in the sun.
They're the ones in the sun. Exactly. I wonder. It's actually just dawned on me like,
They're the ones in the sun.
the
And you
ones who are
just
selling
walk
the
and go by.
clothings and the shoes and
They have...
they are very well positioned in these shades, but the other ones just close to the road and all of these dust and everything. So if you buy these things and you don't wash them properly, you're in trouble.
Yeah, but then I mean, even with the sun beating, going directly on them, and then we just go and buy them and you just come and use them, and you wonder whether they actually still getting the main nutrients, whether nutrients have...
I mean...
sometimes you say don't overcook vegetables.
Yeah.
But if the thing is in the sun, by now it has even boiled inside itself already.
Exactly, I don't know, I'm not an expert in these fields, but I don't know. Constant sunshine on these, vegetables definitely would have some effect. I don't know.
Oh, it does have an effect, but then you see, the thing is, you don't see it on the outside.
No,
and you don't see because you don't really know what actually is doing to it, and it's just disturbing. The only ones you visibly see are the leafy grains. So you look at if you put lettuce or you put those things, lettuce in the sun right now, give it some time, it will wilt. It will just wilt like that. And then you realize that people come, they look at it looks like it's dead. Like, this one no, then they won't buy.
Yeah.
They will leave it. That's what basically happens. So then people don't want to do that.
I mean, why don't you just get a shade, a place just for yourself, for your health as well as what you're selling? Okay.
I just feel they should check that out. And I have a problem with governments that, I'm happy when you're trying to actually enforce no hockey and everything. But my issue is, have you made allocation for the people to go somewhere?
I think they have. The thing is, the people themselves, I think they're very stubborn because for an example is here in our base Ghana where they've been sacked from the streets, trying to cleanse the place and provide some shades by greening the place and everything. However, they've provided a certain place for them. But the thing is, they refuse to go. Some would complain that it is far from where they live and this and that, and people cannot. Look, if you know you're supposed to get into the market to buy whatever you want to buy. You definitely do that.
I feel if we don't even find them here, we'll go to where they are. Because, I mean, people move from different...
Of course,
you
we
go to
eat every
Makola,
day.
You go to Kanesh, you go to different places. So, you definitely go find them.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, let's continue.
Well, there's a story coming from the Iwako newspaper. So, yeah,
Okay.
we'll be looking at that story in a bigger light today on our discussion zone, though.
Yeah,
Well,
talk about food, yeah?
Yeah, World Health
Safety
Food
and
Safety,
security and all.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're moving on to Lesotho. We're reading from the Lesotho Times newspaper, and the headline says something that I'm so excited about. God.
Okay.
I wish somebody here would say it.
That, what you're excited about?
Political rallies are COVID-19 super spreaders. Sekatle.
Well, this is a publication in what, Lesotho, Burundi?
Lesotho.
Lesotho. I'm very excited about that. I mean, the first gentleman of the land would say pubs and beaches and recreational centers and cinemas remain closed. But then they're not closed.
They're
You
open.
know, and recently there has been some issue, and CSOs are back and forth, are going back, actually on a hunting spree, because those who are involved in this are those high officials in government. And that, for me, is heartbreaking. Anyway, continue with the story.
Well, political rallies are super spreaders of COVID-19 and threatening to derail the country's efforts to contain the pandemic. Health Minister Semano Sekatle has warned. In an interview with the Lesotho Times this week, Mr. Sekatle said he had seen large numbers of people at the recent rallies held by different political parties. He said the crowds did not adhere to safety regulations, which require them to practice physical distancing, among others.
Yeah. Okay.
And although he did not name any political parties, he should have. This could have been in reference to the ruling All Basotho Convention, ABC, and Professor Nkosa Mahau's newly formed Basotho Action Party, BAP, which both held weekend rallies in Haabia Maseru and Hloche Leribe, respectively. Look, I remember clearly here before the election, and then they just allowed all these things to happen. They said they had eased the restrictions, and anybody who started to look for it will know they just brought that thing out because they wanted to allow people to go on political rallies.
They went in their numbers, gathered
And
in
they
crowds,
did.
and they tagged it as health walk. I don't know, you guys. What they actually? Come on,
Health walk.
people are wiser than that. I mean, cut people some slack and stop slamming the faces with these political talks, health walk, and what have you.
And after the health walk, we actually had the boom in the numbers.
Yeah, and dear, let's be fair. Generally, I think let's just be fair to one another. Okay.
Well, the Lesotho Times has also observed that although the party officials wore masks during and used hand sanitizers during the whole program, the ordinary party supporters did not do like. You see what I think is, you the one leading the thing, you say, oh, you are protecting yourself, but then the
very
people
well
running, rallying, and just running after you.
And the thing is, when these high government officials fall ill or get the virus, they get
they're gone.
they get flown out of the country or get proper
Treatments.
first-class 5-star treatment, and you be running.
You be
Yeah.
chasing them.
I mean, we're not saying
No
don't
nose
support,
mask.
don't support. Everybody's got the preference. Everybody believes in a certain political ideology, but do it with cautiousness. Anyway, Epi.
I feel they have to follow them properly. I'm happy that, the minister has said it. And one thing he said is that they are very much aware that the internal COVID-19 situation is not a big problem. It's not a big problem now, but there's a bigger problem is the possible importation of infections through their borders as well. You know, certain people have to move from different places just to support certain things, right?
Oh,
And one thing he's basically he said their borders are porous. And so they have to keep reinforcing security at all entry points. They've also engaged all community leaders to be vigilant and to ensure that the people who arrive in the villages from South Africa are free from the virus and have been screened at the borders.
Okay.
People should listen to this man. He has sense.
Yeah. No, a lot of these leaders, they do have sense. They just forget to do what they need to do. You get me? Yeah.
They refuse to apply it. Is that it?
Exactly. Sorry to say, it's not that they are fools. No, they know what they need to do. But, because of political gaming there,
Then
it's
they
supposed to
choose
please...
to-
Exactly. you're supposed to do this and forgo that,
Messy.
which could be the most important thing to do. But anyway,
Messy. Well, finally, we're going to Eswatini. We're reading
Okay.
from the Times of Swaziland newspaper, and the headline says fintech startups on the rise locally. Now,
okay.
in Bahrain, you have technology continues to evolve and better the lives of individuals and the way companies conduct business.
Right.
Just a few years ago, physically going to banks seemed to be the only way to access and manage your funds. Availability and access to loans was also a long, tedious process. Now, the Swatini MAP SMME roadmap of 2014 to 2020 research
Right.
showed that one of the target market needs of SMMEs is in gaining ground might be the digitized payment methods. So the emerging Eswatini fintech market, which is steadily gaining ground, might prove to be the solution to the need of the digitized payment methods that research has argued would help the SMMEs immensely.
Okay.
Now, a fintech or a financial technology is any technology that helps to automate and improve the way financial transactions and processes
Yeah.
are carried out. So, an example of a fintech innovation currently in the market will be the ePayNet, which has connected mobile money wallets with bank accounts, making it possible to send money from your bank account to your mobile money wallet and vice versa. And they go on to list a couple of others that have emerged. But I think it's good that, as much as pandemic was not good, but Charlie, Lesotho, Eswatini has actually seen a rise of local startups in the fintech sector. And that is where the money is. If anybody's going to start up, one tip, fintech has a lot of money.
Right. Just get the right tools needed and the right advice, and of course investment, and you're good to go.
The right training as well.
Absolutely.
Well,
Okay.
that's all we have for headlines.
All right. The show is Africa Daily on Africa Global Radio.
Enjoy the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.